Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to my channel all about chemistry. Hope you all are fine. I am your teacher, Miss Sana. So, here my question is how to identify group and period in the periodic table. Yes, yes? Okay, no problem. So, after watching this video, you all will be unable to answer me. So, let's get started. Quote of the day: there is no substitute for hard work, so students keep working hard. Objectives of today's class are: at the end of this tutorial, students will be able to identify groups and periods of an element in the periodic table and solve topic related questions. Students, this is a periodic table. Open this periodic table in front of you for better understanding the concept. This periodic table is given on page number 44. Students, this is your book, page number 46. Open this page in front of you for better understanding. Students, how can you identify the groups and periods of an element in the periodic table? Think about it. Here in this slide, you can see the horizontal rows of the periodic table are called periods. And students, how many periods you find in the periodic table? Yes, there are 7 periods in the periodic table. And the vertical column of the elements in the periodic table are called groups. And how many groups you find in the periodic table? Yes, there are 8 groups in the periodic table. Students, always remember that periods indicate n value of the valence shell and groups indicates total number of electrons present in the valence shell. Now students, after this, you can able to find group and period on the basis of electronic configuration of an element. So students, how can you identify group and period on the basis of their electronic configuration? Let's take an example. Elements are given to you and you have to identify group and period of these elements. How to solve this question? Problem solving strategy. First of all, you have to write electronic configuration of an element. Then identify its valence shell. Students, always remember that n value of the valence shell indicates period and total number of electrons in the valence shell indicates group number. Solution of part A. Aluminium has total 13 electrons. First of all, we have to write electronic configuration. And electronic configuration of aluminium is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2 and 3p1. Students, remember I told you that if n value is 1, shell is K. If n value is 2, shell is L. And if n value is 3, shell is M. Now here, after the electronic configuration, you have to select valence shell. What is valence shell? Yes, valence shell means last shell. Here n value of M shell is 3. This means period is 3. And how can you find the group? Yes, by calculating total number of electrons in the valence shell. 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. This means aluminium belongs to group 3rd A. Now solution of part B, which is boron. Atomic number of boron are 5. This means total number of electrons present in the boron are 5. First of all, we have to write electronic configuration, which is 1s2, 2s2 and 2p1. Now we have to select valence shell. Valence shell means, yes, last shell. Valence shell has value of n are 2. This means period are 2. And the total number of electrons present in the valence shell are 3. 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. This means boron belongs to group 3A. Now students, let's take another example of calcium. Calcium has total 20 electrons, and the electronic configuration of calcium 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6 and 4s2. After the electronic configuration, we have to select valence shell. And here in case of calcium, valence shell is 4. And if valence shell is 4, this means calcium belongs to period 4. And how can you identify group? Yes, by calculating total number of electrons in the valence shell. And here in case of calcium, valence shell electrons are 2. This means calcium belongs to group 2A. Students, here I will show a video to elaborate your concept.
As you move from the light elements to the heavy elements, you keep periodically coming across the same properties, which is why it's called the periodic table. The recurring properties are organized so that you can easily see similarities between elements. The periodic table is arranged in periods and groups, going from the light elements at the top to the heavy elements at the bottom. The rows going across from left to right are periods. Elements in the same period all share something in common. They have the same number of energy shells. Each new period row represents a new shell. Elements in the first period have one shell, and as we go down, the shells increase. Hydrogen is in the first period. It has one shell. Potassium is in the fourth period and has 4 energy shells, as do all the other elements in this period. The columns going down from top to bottom are the groups. Elements in the same group also have something in common. Elements in the same group have the same number of electrons in their outermost shell. The electrons in the outer shell are called valence electrons. This just means that these are the electrons available for reactions and bond formation. The number of electrons in the outer shell governs elements' reactivity, which is why elements in the same group have similar properties. The group number can tell you how many electrons are in this shell. For example, let's look at group 7. Fluorine, chlorine, iodine, bromine, and astatine. They all have 7 electrons in their outermost shell and all exhibit similar chemical characteristics. The properties show a gradual change going down the group as we go from period to period. So, if we look at group 7 again, we can see that they are each in a different period in the periodic table, telling us that each element in this group has its outer electrons on a different shell. So, chlorine is in group 7, period 3. Therefore, it has 3 energy levels with 7 electrons in its outermost shell.
I hope students you all have understood the concept of groups and periods. Now here I have a very quick recap for you. Point number 1, a horizontal row of element is called period. A vertical column of element is called group. N value of the valence shell indicates period and total number of electrons in the valence shells indicates group number. Okay, so I hope when anybody asks you how to identify group and period, so you all are able to answer. So thank you so much if this video is helpful for you. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel for more videos.